predictions, Benji. I'm going to say it's going to be 3-2 to... Hello and welcome back to the Cricket Nerds podcast. We are doing a last-minute preview of South Africa versus India T20 series. Very last minute. As of time of upload of this video, it'll be about 2.5 hours until the first match starts. So, yeah, hopefully you guys can see this. And if not, just please watch it and tell your friends anyway. So it's actually a really interesting series because obviously the IPL's just finished. So a lot of Indian talent is in form and coming off the back of quite a lot of cricket, but also there are quite a few South African standout players that played in the IPL that are also coming off very good form. And yeah, I'm interested to know, Benji, what your thoughts are and sort of, just how you think things are going to go down. So before we start, a bit of sort of squad news, I guess. India are making the interesting decision to rest Rohit Sharma, who is their captain, Jasprit Bumrah, who is the head of their pace attack, and Virat Kohli, who is the talisman, and also KL Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav, yes. They're both out injured. So, yeah, quite big names that are out of the squad there. So I think big Rishabh's captaining. What effect does that have on the India squad?
So lots of points you've raised there. The first one I want to look at is obviously Virat Kohli. That's the biggest name that's missing. Now, Virat said at the end of the IPL, he didn't have his best IPL ever. And he said at the end of the IPL that he wasn't opposed to having a break from cricket for a bit. Whether he's not announced that he's doing that, but whether this is, the start of that, or he's just missing the one series or getting into a mindset for the World Cup a bit later on down the line, or wanting to get into a test match mindset for the England and New Zealand tests, that might be what's going on there. Oh no, maybe it might just be England that I think they've just got one test against England, haven't they, this summer for us?
Yeah.
So Virat's out, which is interesting because it allows for some of the new faces to let themselves shine a bit in that squad. Rohit as well had a pretty poor IPL. Whether he's just resting and trying to get into a good mindset for the T20 World Cup, possibly. And then Jasprit Bumrah, he isn't going to play all cricket. And I think the three of these guys are in that test match squad. So that test match squad has gone to England. Or is going to England quite soon. So I think India announced that they were doing pretty much separate squads for the T20 and the Test match series that they've got. The next point you said about Rishabh being captain, I'd be worried if I was India, purely because of how poor of a captain Rishabh was for Delhi Capitals. Especially if he's behind the sticks as well. Now, he's hilarious when he's keeping. I really enjoy that when he's, there shouting and we're bowling Ash, that type of thing. It's great. But yeah, Ashwin's not there as well. So there are some big names missing. And I think they've probably sent a separate squad to do the red ball and the white ball stuff at the moment. KL and Kuldeep, as you've just said, they're also going to be big misses. I think KL Rahul, he's offers that steadiness at the top of the order against what's going to be a very dangerous South African bowling attack. And the wizard Kuldeep Yadav with his bowling, he is also, we saw how much of a good IPL that he had. In terms of other squad news, they've not really picked that many spinners. Ravi Bishnoi and Axar Patel, I'd expect would spearhead that attack. But and I want to get and Jahal, but I'd want to get your thoughts on this. There's a couple of names that I didn't expect, but I'm very glad to see in the squad, especially off the back of their IPL performance. So Arshdeep Singh Good lad. James is
Yeah.
approving. Dinesh Karthik has got a recall.
Yeah, that's very
And
deserved.
Umran Malik
Yeah,
on an absolute rocket. So what do you think about those three with their inclusion?
I think that's quite exciting. However, I think I've got to caveat it by saying I don't think they'll play. Because as you know, as good a form that Dinesh Karthik's in, I think unless he can bat at 7, he doesn't really get in because you've got Hardik Pandya in amazing form. But he's not going to come in at 4 because Rishabh Pant will probably come in at 4. He's not going to come in at 3 because most likely like Shreyas Iyer is going to come in at 3. Hardik Pandya won't open. And so he probably takes up that number 6 spot or that number 5 spot. But you've got Ishan Kishan as well. You've got a lot of players here that kind of might prevent Dinesh Karthik because also you can't really field Dinesh Karthik anywhere apart from behind the stumps. And have you ever seen Rishabh Pant field anywhere apart from behind the stumps? I don't even know if he can run.
Field from behind the stumps. When Dhoni was captain, Dinesh Karthik would field, and he was a gun fielder.
Okay,
but I think with his age these days,
it's a few years ago now, wasn't it?
So interesting. Before we talk about South Africa, what do you sort of see that top order being? Do you think Gaikwad will be in there, or do you think he'll get missed out?
I could see it being Gaikwad and maybe Ishan Kishan opening.
Then sort of a Shreyas Iyer and then Pant maybe.
Yeah, probably Rishabh Pant at 4. And then, I don't know, actually. Maybe Pandya at 5. And then it could be DK. Or no, Deepak Hooda. Forgot all about him.
Hooda. But then there's also Venkatesh Iyer in there as well, who's didn't have his greatest of IPLs, but he's that type of cricketer that's exciting. That he's this new young blood that may still get a go, even though at this point I think that he's at the minute a less good Hardik Pandya.
Yeah. But he can open, which can be useful.
That is true, yeah. So let us know your T20 India first choice 11 in the comments. Shall we talk a bit about South Africa?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we should just finish up with India's bowlers.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I think Chahal is going to be the frontline spinner. But obviously, he's a complete rabbit. Avesh Khan, I would probably choose because he can bowl anywhere. But again, he can't bat at all. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, probably to spearhead the attack because he's the most experienced person.
Yeah.
So also can't bat. So probably, and then you've also got Harsha Patel. And then, maybe Axar Patel. So Umran Malik for me, Arshdeep Singh, as much as I want to see them in there and getting chances, I don't think they will. Ravi Bishnoi as well. I think Yuzvendra Chahal's just too good at the moment. So hopefully they can learn a lot.
I think we'll see Harsh Patel fill that all-rounder 7 or 8 spot left arm spin with Chahal in there as well, because you always want 2 spinners. Then in terms of your seamers, you've got Bhuvi, you've got probably one of Harsh Patel or Arshdeep Singh or Umran Malik, one of that combination. And then if Hardik plays, you'll get a few overs from him as well. Yeah. And I think that'll be a good balance, India squad. And it shows at the minute what amazing depth India have, that they can put this side out when they haven't got Shami, they haven't got Bumrah, they haven't got Rohit, they haven't got Virat, who are all in this test squad. They haven't got Ashwin. They've got such amazing depth in this T20 side, so that they are going to be a scary, scary contender in this T20 World Cup. Yeah, so as I said, South Africa. So a few bits of interesting news from there. I mean, no Devolt Brevis, which I'm a bit upset about, because I was excited by him and I hoped that he could make his way into that squad. Whether he'd make the 11, I'm not sure, because I think David Miller, with his IPL knock, has put a strong case to get himself back in that side. So what do you think about the South Africa? It's a good squad, South Africa. What do you think about their side?
I think it's really exciting. I think they might go on the back of the form they had in the last World Cup, which they kind of found their feet towards the end. Temba Bavuma and probably Quinton de Kock opening. which actually worked quite well.
Yep.
And then, you've got like Aiden Markram and Rassi van der Dussen to kind of fill in those 3 and 4 spots. And then it's got to be David Miller at 5.
Yeah.
I think he's getting to the point where he is like the lockdown number 5, because after that IPL, amazing form. And then, maybe a Klaassen or I don't really know who goes.
I'd have thought
Pretorius?
Reza Hendricks would open with Quinton de Kock.
Mm.
And then you sort of have a middle order of Aiden Markram, Rassi van der Dussen, and Temba Bavuma. I don't think Tristan Stubbs will play. Then you've got your lower order of David Miller, Dwayne Pretorius coming into that all-rounder slot. I think would be a good shout. And then into your bowlers, I think the obvious 4 is Ngidi, Rabada, Shamsi, and Maharaj. I don't think we'll see much difference from that. And then maybe one other bowler in there. I mean, that's also a very good side, isn't it? And I think
it's incredibly good.
They've got some really good cover as well, because we've not even mentioned Norkia. He'll definitely be in there, won't he? And then you've got Marco Janssen, who's very tall, bowls that very difficult bounce. You've got a Wayne Parnell who can chuck some down as well. So they've got good cover as well. And as you've mentioned, Heinrich Klaassen too. He can come in and he's a very strong batsman. So it looks like South Africa have actually got quite a good squad. And if they carry on that form from the World Cup, especially with the like Rassi van der Dussen, who didn't look like getting out. It'll be interesting to see what that means for South Africa. Yeah,
and I'd say, I'm just going to leave South Africa with this. Why aren't you playing Riley Rousseau? He has been in the best form across like all the T20 franchise tournaments. I think he makes that South Africa side incredibly good. So I think it's actually a really close call as to who's going to win. How many games is this tour? It's 3, isn't it?
3 or 4.
Is it a 3, a 4, 5? Oh, it's a 5-match series.
Australia and India have got a lot of cricket coming up soon.
Yes. So predictions, Benji. I'm going to say it's going to be 3-2 to India. 3-2 India.
My prediction too.
Well, that's all right. We're allowed to agree. We're allowed to be
correct how bad
sometimes.
My predictions have been. So
I know. It's
I'm really sorry to myself. I'm really sorry to all the Indian supporters out there. I think, especially because they're in India, it's a home series. It's very hard to go to India and win. Turning pitches. India, I think, do have the stronger spinners. Even though Shamsi is incredibly good with his left arm wrist spin, I think they've got the stronger spinners. I think it's close, but I think they've got the stronger batting lineup as well, just about. And with it being a home series, especially with one of the games being over in Bengaluru, one of the games being over in Delhi, moving around a bit, I think they'll do well. I'm going to say 3-2 India.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Tell your friends about us. You can also listen to our podcast on all podcasting websites and follow our social media. We are at Cricket Nerds Pod. Someday we will actually post some stuff on social media. So other than that, hope you enjoy the series. Let us know your thoughts down below. If you've watched this far in the video, leave a hashtag, please play Kartik. Please play Kartik. That's the hashtag if you've watched this far in the video. We'll see you guys later. Goodbye.